Hello and welcome back to another episode of Miracle Mindset. My name is Robbie and this is my beautiful co-host Laura.
Hey guys, we are super excited to be coming live to you right here on Amazon, courtesy of the Volatility Media Studios here in West Hollywood. And today we've got a super exciting episode. We're talking about a topic that both Robbie and I are very passionate about. We are talking about skincare.
If you've been keeping up with Amazon Live, you may have seen they've been doing their Skin Wellness Summit for the last 24 hours. And as I've gotten older, I can finally admit, okay, Mum was right. I should have worn more sunscreen.
Yes, more sunscreen, more sunglasses. Mom, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you when I was younger.
Do you know what? I had the most embarrassing situation.
What happened?
When we were in high school, my school did a day where if you got good grades, you got to go to the beach, okay?
Okay, that's cute. I like that.
Every single person was in a bikini. Every girl. Okay,
of course.
My mum came and dropped. She goes, "Robbie, you left your sun shirt." So I was the only one in a rashi and board shorts.
Oh, that sounds like something my mom would do.
In grade 12.
That sounds like something my mom would have told me to do. But I don't know, by grade 12, I don't think I would have been listening. When I was little, I'd probably listen. Probably by grade 12, I would have said no.
So what have you learned in your years? What is your top skincare tip, trick? What do you have?
Oh my gosh. Okay, my top skincare trick, tip, honestly, SPF, and beyond that, since we pretty much just talked about that, is moisturizer. Mm-hmm. I have very dry skin. My skin is super dry. I have very, very dry and sensitive skin, so I always have to have a moisturizer on. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm literally just sitting at home, not leaving the house, I have to have a moisturizer on, and that is my number one tip. I always keep lots of moisturizer on my skin. What about you? What's yours?
Do you know what? I would say I've learned a lot, and for me, I have oily combination skin, and what I used to do when I was younger is I used to overwash my face with the wrong products. You really have to find out what is your skin type, and then you have to harness down and say, what is the product that's going to work for my skin type?
Totally. I totally agree with that. And honestly, the other thing that I have come to realize after spending lots and lots and lots of money on different products, really expensive products, I love going to like Nordstrom and trying the best of the best that they have at their skincare counter. But honestly, what I've learned from spending hundreds of dollars on it is that it does not have to be complicated. Mm-hmm. I am telling you, some of these like basic products that you might be like, oh, there's no way it could work. Some of those have literally been lifesavers to me. Like, they're just so efficient. They do their job. They're gentle. They're easy. And that's my biggest takeaway, honestly, that I've learned is it does not have to be complicated. Skincare can be very, very simple.
So what I was finding was I was overwashing my face because I had oily skin, so I thought this is going to make it better. But it's kind of a similar concept to overwashing your hair. You have to let your body produce natural oils, and when you're overwashing it, your body stops producing those oils that you need. So that was a big one for me. And on top of that, Laura knows that struggling with bad skin is something that I've dealt with probably the last year. And it was crazy because I never had bad skin as a child, as a teenager, but I'm like, okay, I'm in my mid-20s. Why am I getting breakouts? So I've been using a product called The Ordinary, and I actually found that one on Amazon, of course. So we're going to link it below if you want to see it. But I liked it because they're very basic ingredients, but they're also very well priced. And I actually found them through a beauty guru on YouTube. They have so many good skincare videos on YouTube, but make sure you harness it down because, some people have these like 30-step nighttime routines with like 30 different products. I don't think you need that. What do you think?
I totally agree. I mean, honestly, I'm using a Neutrogena face wash right now, and it's linked down here in the carousel, guys. I'm using the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Face Wash, and this one is amazing. It's a killer for me. I use it to take off my makeup at night, and I actually only wash my face usually at night. I don't usually really wash my face in the morning, except for just with warm water, and then at night I use the Neutrogena face wash to remove my makeup and gently cleanse my face. And what I like about this Neutrogena one, it's so amazing. It comes out in a really thick and creamy gel, so it's super hydrating, super delicate on your skin. It's not too harsh at all, but it does still take off my makeup, which I love because for me, it was actually too harsh for me to use both a makeup remover and a face wash. So I had to take one out. So I was like, okay, I have to find a face wash that's gonna also take off my makeup. Because I was using one that was too oily and then my skin felt oily. So I'm super excited that I found one that works, but I love this Neutrogena face wash. It just gently removes my makeup, keeps my skin clean, and then when I get out of the shower, I can just moisturize and chill.
I used to spend so much money on skincare, and I went to see a dermatologist and I was like, okay, like what's going on? My skin is breaking out. I'm so frustrated. They're like, what do I do? And it was funny because they gave me a regime. And actually, to be completely honest with you, all of the products were basic products. We're going to link them below. They're all found on Amazon. I saved so much money. It paid for my dermatologist appointment. But the other thing is sticking with your regime for at least 60 days. That's what they told me, because I was trying all these different products. I was spending so much money on these products and I was getting frustrated. I was looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I've used this product for a week. My skin is still breaking out. I'm sick of it. I'm going to try something else.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's your face, right? It's not like this is on your back or your chest or somewhere that you can hide in an outfit. It's on your face. So it's totally understandable that it gets really frustrating when you don't see results right away, like within the first few days or even within the first week or even 2 weeks. It's super, super frustrating. And not that we're necessarily like dermatologists and skincare experts, but I do think there's a lot to say with just sticking to a regime and let your body, just really be patient and also just be gentle with yourself, because it's so easy to get down on ourselves, but try to just stick with the regime. Be gentle with your skin. Your skin is working really hard for you. So I think it's also just
your biggest organ.
It is. It's your biggest organ. So protect your skin. Be very gentle with it. Take good care of it.
So on top of that, we've talked about the face, but I think there's so much to be said about also taking care of your body, using the correct moisturizer. For me, I use the Aveeno moisturizer. I love it.
I use that one too.
Every time after a shower, put it on, especially things like my elbows, like areas that get really dry. Always before I fake tan, I always use that moisturizer as well. I find it makes a really big difference and it makes your tan stay on longer. Also just hydrates your skin.
I was going to say, it's funny that you use it before. I actually use it after. I use that Aveeno moisturizer after my fake tan to make my fake tan last a little bit longer. And if you've ever fake tan before, okay, tell me if this happens to you because I hate it so much. But if you let your skin get too dry after you do a fake tan,
it's so blotchy.
It will get oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. It will get so blotchy and it will literally look like you have fish scales on your skin.
It's not a cute look.
It's not a cute look. So you want to keep your skin super, super hydrated after you do a fake tan to make sure that it's going to stay nice and smooth and nice and even and keep your skin tone like very balanced and very pretty.
If you don't, it goes so dry and so blotchy that it's actually cuter to not have the tan on and to have it be really, really blotchy.
You may as well just go back to being pale because you don't want that blotchy stuff.
So like anything, I think out of this, what I've taken is back to basics. So
back to basics. Remember basics.
Being patient. Let the product work. Stick with it for a little while, and find out what is your type of skin.
Yes. Find out your skin type. Figure out, what the best thing for you to do is. And once you have your regime, try to stick with it as long as you can. And try to be gentle with yourself. Like, try not to get frustrated. I had really bad skin for a while and it was so, so frustrating for me. I didn't even want to go outside. So I totally understand how frustrating it can be. But I think that when it comes to skincare, just remember that your skin is an organ. It's actually the biggest organ in your body. So be gentle with yourself and be kind to yourself when you're getting into this new skincare regime, because it might not happen for you right away, but if you stick with it and you be gentle with your skin, you can definitely see something change.
So let's talk about obviously being in quarantine. Sometimes you go to a dermatologist or you'll go get facials. Facials is I haven't had a facial in over 6 months now. We've been in quarantine. So I was like, I'm going to get some sheet masks off Amazon. So I bought some sheet masks and it's been something really fun. Actually, me and my boyfriend do them like at least once a week. We find it really fun to just sit down, watch a movie, put a mask on and relax.
And Robbie's boyfriend actually has a great skincare. He has great skin too. He's got a great skincare routine.
He's a much better skin than me. I'm trying.
You have beautiful skin. Robbie has beautiful skin. She's very humble, but she's beautiful skin because you stick with your routine, your regime. Wait, how do you say it? Regime?
Regime.
R-E-G-I-M-E. Regime. She sticks with her regime. So it looks flawless. But honestly, for me, facials, like I said, I have really, guys, when I'm telling you I have sensitive skin, I mean, I have super sensitive skin.
Does it break out when you change makeup types? Like, do you just stick with your foundation?
So my skin is super sensitive. It doesn't so much break out, but my skin will get so dry that it's peeling. So honestly, I don't really get breakouts anymore. But trust me, I went through that period in my life where I did have skin that broke out. So I feel you.
You can get trapped in the cycle because you have bad skin. You get these breakouts, and then you apply heavy makeup, heavy concealer and powder to cover it, and then it's just this ongoing hamster wheel of a cycle, and it's really, really frustrating. And then you get stressed, which then again releases cortisol, makes your skin even worse. So it is a cycle.
It is. It's totally a cycle. It can get super frustrating. But for me, honestly, if I do get a breakout now, the worst thing that I can do is like mess with it. I'm telling, like, for me, the best thing I can do for my skin is just let it run its course. If my skin does break out, which that has happened, there's been a few periods in my life recently where I'm under a lot of stress, or I have a lot of deadlines coming up, or anything like that. And if I get really super stressed out, my skin will break out. And the worst thing I can do is like touch it or pick at it, or go start trying 50 different skincare products and like crazy things. I'm telling you, when I stick with my basics, I use my Neutrogena cleansing face wash, ultra gentle, and I just let my skin run its course.
And you know what, speaking of running its course, this was another lesson that I learned over the course of my years. I used to use sunscreen for my body, but on my face, and it would always make me break out. So that was another important lesson that I learned, is using a sunscreen just for your face, and not using the one for your body, for your both.
That's a good one. I feel like, okay, so since we're talking about some skincare mistakes that we've made in the past, the other skincare mistake that I used to make, I used to be so bad about this, is going to bed with makeup on.
Yes, I was going to ask you if you did that.
Oh my gosh, I swear, high school, college, even a few years out of college, I used to just sleep with makeup on like it was nobody's business.
And then did you re-add it on the next morning? You didn't even take it off? You're like, oh.
Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't even take it off. I'd be like, oh, my eyeliner still looks pretty good. I'll just add more on top.
I think I
would never do that now.
We all made that mistake of like looking like you had a mask on. Do you remember? Because you wouldn't blend, you just put it to your jawline.
Yes, you just put it on your jawline. That's another tip. Now I always bring my my makeup and my skincare too. That's another thing about skincare. Yeah,
protecting your decolletage.
Yes, not just doing it on your face. Now, especially my nighttime one, I always bring it down my neck and also my chest, and like, you know.
That's actually another thing my mom taught me, is that you need to take care of your most delicate areas. Yes. Because that's when women age the most. So your decolletage, the back of your hands.
Yes, I was going to say, I try to put sunscreen in the back of my hands now too as well. And here's the tip. I keep a sunscreen in my car.
That's a great tip.
Yes, I keep a sunscreen in my car, in my glove compartment, and that way when I'm sitting in traffic, and I realize, because if you think about it, you're sitting in your car. We live
getting in the sun.
Yeah, we live in LA, so we're sitting in traffic quite a bit. So if your hands are on the wheel, which is where they should be, by the way, if you're driving, you want to put a little sunscreen on the top. And this is a tip that my mom actually taught me to not make your hands greasy, is you take the sunscreen, put it on the back of your hand, and you just go like this. And then your hands aren't greasy.
Do you know what? I love that we're sitting here, and you know, these things that used to annoy us, our mom would be like, put on sunscreen, wear a rash sheet. And now we're sitting here and be like, guys, we're in our mid-20s. Like, this is a real deal.
Yeah, I wish I did. If my mom's watching right now, she's just going to be laughing hysterically, because she's going to be like, oh, okay, now you want to say thank you.
Our moms will high-five each other.
Our moms are well, your mom's in Australia, my mom's in California. They'll virtual high-five right now. They're going to love this.
Guys, let us know, what are your biggest skincare tips and tricks? Comment here. We'll love to hear from you guys.
Yes, we would love to hear it. Let us know if you guys try any of these tips. If you try the sunscreen in the car tip, tag us on Instagram. We would love to check it out. And be sure to tune in tomorrow, because we have so many more amazing products that we want to share with you guys. So thank you so much for coming in and hanging out on Amazon Live with us. And we'll see you guys later.
Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers.